Hi, everybody. Welcome to the new normal. I'm your host, Lisa Davis, aka Litecoin Lisa, and I have some really exciting news for you. But you're gonna have to wait till just on the other side of this to hear it. So give me a like, share this video, and then jump in the live chat with all of our friends. I've got some great news, and we're going to talk about blessing your energy centers, and we'll see you this weekend too. So, got a surprise. Hi, Amy. Welcome back.
Thank you. Hello, everybody. Hello, Lisa.
You look beautiful in your green goddess environment there. You're one with nature.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just really this chapter was a real blessing to me.
Yeah.
As you say in the South, we're blessed. And yeah, bless your heart. That means something else in the South.
It's my favorite thing.
Bless your pea picking heart is a real, bless your pea picking heart is like a real humdinger. You know you screwed up if you hear that from somebody. No, but this chapter was so great. Blessing the energy centers. I had several things kind of just light bulb moments kind of go off on this. Before I get started, I had already shared the secret surprise I whispered to you. I told Amy first, but Mame is coming.
Yeah.
So she got the clear from her doctor to make a short trip.
Awesome.
And so I'm so excited. She'll be in Oklahoma City. The artist, and we've sold several NFTs. That is exciting too, because that money goes straight to, or those funds, that Litecoin, when you buy an NFT, which the link's in the description, that can be your ticket to the event. That can be a piece of art and a memory that you have of this. It also gives us a way to contact you, give you a link to watch the event live stream and be a part of the live online auction. So you can participate in all kinds of ways, and it's all created by the artist and going to the artist that we are having this benefit, that we're throwing Team Mighty. The proceeds from this year will go to Michelle Moffra as she battles cancer and wins and kicks its butt.
That's awesome.
So yeah, super excited that she got the clear.
Yes, it'll be great to have her there. What a blessing.
Yeah, it is. It just really made my week to hear that she was able to travel, and that her body's healing, her body's responding. She's had a brain tumor removed, and so they were worried about the pressure in a plane. But she's responding to some treatments and she's healing, and so her doctor gave her the clear to come. So super excited.
Great. Good.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And Ben's watching, so I have another surprise that I'm working for him. So I'm not going to announce it here, but I have in the past, and I will again. You know what? Go to our Telegram group. Ben, you don't do this. Stay out of it, nosy. But everyone else, there's a link in the description to our Team Mighty Telegram group, and if you'll go there, I have an ask there for anybody that would that Ben and Kelly's have touched their lives. So working on that. But those are my big exciting things. So and also just lots of great stuff moving around. This will you tell everybody about, you added another a great tool to the book discussion chat in Telegram?
So I discovered that on YouTube, they have the guided meditation that Dr. Joe Dispenza does for blessing the energy centers. So it's a really awesome guided meditation. The music behind it's really great. The way he the way he like just guides you through blessing each energy center is very relaxing. It's very thoughtful. I did it yesterday, and yeah, it's pretty powerful, but it takes time. You know, don't expect really too much the first time, but people have. I mean, some people are really sensitive to that, so some people
Yeah,
have
I'm trying to find where I wrote down. I was
different.
like, there was something about, oh, it may have been at the end because it was talking about the blessing or the doing it. He's like, don't wish it.
Yeah.
Um, don't force it.
Mhm.
Um, you cannot just will it or force it to happen. You
Yeah.
can't do it by trying. And which I kind of thought you could. I thought you could fake it till you make it kind of thing. That you can keep trying and repeat the process, but you really have to have the intention is so important in this.
Mhm.
Um, and that intention scale where it's and so I started writing syntropy and bliss on everything. If I
Yes.
get my hands on it, I'm writing syntropy and bliss. And
Yeah.
freedom is the one
Yeah.
right under
Yeah.
bliss.
That one I keep trying to insert into the space. He always says the space around the centers, and you feel
Yes.
the space in space. You have to just listen to it. It's a really good meditation. But
Do you
yeah,
think
freedom,
that's
freedom's a
talking
big.
about like the atom, your atoms, the space within the space? You know how he talks about the cell structure and the atom, and that we're actually more space than we are any kind of matter?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Okay.
He touches on that throughout the entire meditation. Yeah, just becoming aware of the space in space. And filling that space, but you have to fill that space with the elevated emotion, of love, gratitude. Gratitude's huge, you know,
Yes.
and just having the freedom to be able to be grateful. And I mean, how much more amazing is that?
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah. It is when you have I was telling you before, like this chapter really blessed me.
Yeah,
And I feel like I had these little light bulb moments, like the space within the space and
right.
the intention being so important, which I know I've heard you say that
Mhm.
like probably every time that we've done one of these, how important it is when it's not about name and claim like The Secret or whatever, the Oprah crap.
Yeah.
It's it's about your emotion of bliss and freedom. And really, bliss and freedom, you own nothing and you're happy, to be totally honest, because um, things tie you down.
Right. Yep, absolutely.
Yeah.
Material things can definitely tie you down.
Well, you're telling the girl who's having people come into town, and I'm like cleaning the carpets and,
Yeah.
all this crazy. And I'm thinking, like, why would you ever want a house any bigger than this? Why get that off your dream board? What are you thinking, you crazy woman? Yes.
Oh, you know, it's
Yeah.
like I remember as a kid, we'd play this game called MASH, where
Yes.
remember
Mansion,
that?
apartment, shack, house.
In house, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we always wanted the mansion. I mean, come on.
Everybody wanted the mansion. But that was our generation too, was the McMansion.
Mhm.
I heard a term a few years ago, the $100,000 millionaire or the hundred thousand millionaire, something like that. Talking, and now it doesn't seem like a lot of money, but 10 years ago, even 20 years ago, a 6K figure was a big deal.
Oh, yeah,
And
yeah.
um, anyone making $100,000 thought like,
They were
in
rich.
fact, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
and
Wonder
it,
I wonder why now it's not so much.
the Fed. It's the Fed's fault. If you want to know why, it's the Fed. And I just tweeted out and I think I posted it in Team Mighty too. An interview with a girl called Crypto Tips, I think. Um, she can't pronounce the word indigenous, but that is probably on purpose because of our crappy education system and not wanting us to know the real history of our country. But
Mhm.
um, she was really educated about what's going on in crypto, and she was talking about this unicorn token that the IMF just came out with, and all this. And there's a new regulation for stable or new bill for regulation for stable coins going
Mhm.
up through Congress right now,
Yeah.
and it's ridiculous because it puts the Fed in charge, a private entity
Oh my gosh.
over all stable coins, and they have to the Fed, which has never been audited,
Yeah.
is requiring an audit from every stable coin, and
God.
they are, requiring them to prove to them their justification for use case.
Oh
I'm
my.
like, "Are you guys are the same ones that, like, are printing this to nothing, right?" Like,
Mhm.
this is insane that they would put them in charge of this.
Yeah.
Completely insane.
Yeah, I agree.
Ah, back to blessing our energy
Yes,
centers.
let's get back to good
Ooh, let's
things.
talk about good positive things. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, so this is, what I'm understanding is that this is one of the most popular meditations that Joe does.
Okay.
Yeah. A lot of people start with this one because it's just so powerful. It just, it gets you back into alignment. It fills all your energy centers with that good intention and that elevated emotion. Everything starts spinning correctly.
All
So,
I'm thinking is how long does it take? Which is I know the wrong mindset to have.
well, if you trust in the process, if you just allow that to if you release it into the ether,
Yeah,
it'll come.
it will.
It's just trusting. I think it's honestly it's that trust. That trust is kind of hard to give to something that you can't really hold on to. You can't
Yeah.
really it's not tangible enough for people to just trust in the universe sometimes. So
That was another light bulb moment for me on this chapter. It talked about radio waves are
Mhm.
real. We believe when you turn on the radio, you believe it's going to work, and you turn it on and you believe that you received. That's all frequency that we can't see.
Mhm.
Then he said less than 1% of the light frequency is actually, or the
Is it
light spectrum is
mhm.
what we can actually see.
Yeah.
So
Isn't
we're
that
being yeah, to imagine we're probably being bombarded by all kinds of lights that
yep.
we're like, we think dogs are stupid. I'm like, my gosh, at least they can hear stuff we can't hear.
Yeah,
They can probably see stuff we can't see too.
I think so. I agree. I think they can too.
Yeah. And then they equated, if you want to understand how important intention and releasing that intention, you one of the most primal, and they talk about our primal chakras, the
Mhm.
first, second, and third, like when this is adults talking here, but when you get turned on,
Mhm.
your body has a physical response to that.
Mhm. Yeah.
And so that's a frequency, and that's energy, and changing your channel and all of that.
Mhm.
But you'll have a physical response to, turning on that channel.
Yep.
Just saying.
Looking at pictures or watching something on, the internet.
Or your husband talking dirty to you. I don't know. Whatever does it for you. I'm just
Yeah,
saying.
exactly. I mean, honestly, sometimes it's just thinking about it, you know?
Yeah, that's true.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, I liked when he talked about that part of it because that actually it gives you something very tangible, you know?
Yes.
You can't I'm very heart-centered. I have a very my heart chakra is very strong, and so I usually feel a lot of stuff mostly right in through here.
Mm,
So, yeah.
interesting. Yeah. We're like, yeah.
It's fun to
Okay.
explore this. This is just a really fun chapter, I thought.
It was. I really enjoyed it.
I had a
I
couple of
also
laughs.
well, share some of your notes because I'm really curious what parts kind of jumped out to you. Uh,
I liked how he described each of the chakras. Like the first one, your creative energy flows easily, and you can also you are also grounded in your sexual identity, and that's your very first chakra.
Mm.
And then your second chakra, you feel safe and secure both in your environment and in your world when that is stable. These are all like the results of when your chakras are in balance. In
No
balance.
wonder they want to push all this transgender stuff.
Oh my God.
If that's your first and it your sexual identity in grounding you and then aligns your whole energy,
Yep.
I mean,
If
no
one's
wonder.
So you think about it, if your first chakra is off by just a little bit, that means your second chakra is going to have to compensate that. And that
Mm,
throws that one off balance. And then your third chakra is going to have to compensate for that off balance of the second chakra. So that's going to be even more skewed. It's kind of like Jenga. You know how
yeah,
we
yeah, yeah.
build Jenga? Eventually
Mhm.
it's like your Jengas are like this. But yeah, so the first chakra is usually the one that people have to work on first, and which is, most people's first chakras are the most damaged. So
Yeah. Isn't that so
Mhm.
heartbreaking?
Yeah.
Um, yeah, when he started talking about the blocking, when you get blocked
Mhm.
in an energy center and how that can harm you. And like you said, I think about like chiropractic, when you've got like one leg shorter than the other or whatever, and then, oh, I've got back pain or my neck hurts or, whatever it is.
It's
It's,
usually compensating for something that's further down below in your body.
yeah. So
Yeah.
that's a great point.
Yeah.
And the second center being so tied into trust your gut. We all
Mhm.
talk about it. Oh, I should have listened to my gut, you
Yeah,
know,
I know.
and that being your second brain.
Uh-huh. Yep. Yep. They talk about that, which I thought was really great. And then
Mhm.
your third one, the energy center is also related to the solar plexus, which is also called your celiac plexus. He gets very, I think sometimes like those types of descriptions, they get a little technical for me.
Technical.
Like,
Yeah.
ooh, over my head. But that center is associated with your will, power, self-importance, control, drive, aggression, and dominance. So the third one's actually definitely don't have an imbalance on that one.
In the pit of your gut.
Mhm.
And it affects your, yeah, small intestine, spleen, liver, gallbladder, adrenal glands,
Mm,
stomach, kidneys, and the associated hormones, including adrenaline and cortisol,
yeah.
the kidney hormones, and the chemicals like, what does that say? Chemicals like something. I don't know, some big words.
Oh, yeah.
Um,
Oh,
liver enzymes.
angio angiotensin. Yeah. See, I
Yeah,
can't
that one.
things.
I apologize to the girl that I said doesn't know how to say indigenous because cannot say this word.
Oh,
Antigenison, what I don't know, something about antigen,
yeah.
I think. But
Yeah.
we're all learning.
Yep. Then the fourth chakra is associated with growth hormones and oxytocin, as well as a cascade of 1,400 different chemicals that stimulate the immune system's health via the thymus gland. Whew.
That's pretty wild. I believe that's part of what Cannon had damaged in his stroke, which
Really?
makes a lot of sense
Hmm.
when I think about all these. Yeah, they said the thymus gland is known as the fountain of youth.
Hmm.
The hormones associated with it are you just said all the growth hormones, and it's wild.
And I like how he also he mentions that the first three centers are all about survival
Hmm.
and they reflect animal nature or our humanity. It's so important to get those in balance.
Yeah, good stuff, good stuff. Then he goes on and talks about, let's see, where he goes into the fourth, we did the heart, or we kind of talked about the heart
Mhm.
chakra. Um,
Yep.
he
The
jumps right into the fifth on this. Why did he jump into the fifth?
So the fourth one is, it's like it's your heart, right?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, no,
Yeah.
4. And then your fifth one is about your voice.
Oh, the fourth is the thymus. Okay. I'm sorry.
The fifth is
I,
your voice. It's located in the back of your throat.
mhm.
And
This is good. It said it's a fourth center as well is speaking your truth and personally empowering your reality through
mhm,
your language and sound. And this is where like um sometimes it's not enough just to read something for your body to hear it or your mind to accept it as truth. You
mhm,
need to like, that's why they say those mantras or they repeat something out loud.
mhm,
I think about in our homeschooling, the kids do a lot of the stuff by song and sign language. So
mhm.
we're engaging both them physically,
Wow.
doing the sign language
Yeah.
and they're hearing it, they're saying it and hearing it, and they're looking at something.
Oh, wow.
So, really trying to imprint that truth on the frequency around that for learning.
Awesome.
Yeah, we
I
need
used to
to
sign
do
language.
more of that.
I loved it. I
Oh,
loved
you did?
mhm.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, the coding program that he learns some coding through this app or website that MIT created called Scratch. And
Okay.
they're having a meetup next month in like Boston or something. He wants to go so badly. And I'm like seriously considering taking him just for the experience. I think it'd be really cool. But
Wow.
they just got a homeschool.com best app or learning platform of the year.
Mhm.
And part of it is for inclusion because they have added sign language to they have a whole program on it and
Wow.
they're somehow using sign language with the coding. So it was really cool.
Mhm. Wow, very cool. I'm involved in all kinds of stuff.
Oh yeah, homeschooling, I've learned more, and it's
Yeah.
like riding with somewhere with Ben. I learn something every minute of the day. Yeah, yeah. Um, you guys make sure you get to Oklahoma City this weekend to hang
Yes.
out with all of us with the Road to Ruta crew, Bitcoin Ben,
Yeah.
Johnny, Clint Westwood. Mame is now going to be there. My mom, Crypto Nana, is going to be there. Um, it's going to be a lot of fun. So,
Yeah.
uh,
Appleton Post, Agent Josh.
the Pebbleton Post, yes, Paigey and Joshy will be there.
Yes.
And they've been doing some great interviews too. I've really enjoyed their stuff.
Yeah.
Um, there was another part of the book. There are a couple other parts I know. I don't want to keep you too long, but I wanted to touch on Dr. McDaniel has been talking to us, teaching us about this, about how a cell grows.
Mhm.
And I should have pulled the image up before. He has like a little if you could click the wellness playlist on my channel, you can go back and watch some of his previous
Cool.
interviews or presentations, and he'll show a screen where he
Mhm.
shows inside of a cell, like the function of a cell and how light comes in and is the spark of life. And then, um, and there is, I can't remember if it's the Golgi bodies or I can't remember what those other things are called. One part of the cell is actually, he had a gentleman come up to him after a presentation and he was like, that's the Hebrew symbol for God.
Oh.
And that's what it looks like, is that
Cool.
same symbol. So it was so cool because I was looking at this on page 105. They were talking about going from energy to matter.
Mhm.
And then Dr. Dispenza makes a statement and says that, let's see, if you take enough chemicals and put them together, you're going to ultimately form a cell. The cell is also has an invisible field of energy surrounding it and giving life to the cell. The cell is actually feeding from the different frequencies of light.
Mhm.
So it's not molecules, positive and negative charges instructing the cell to do what it does. According to the new field of biology called quantum information biology, it's the biophotons we discussed earlier and their patterns of light and frequency that the cell emits and receives that give the instructions. What did they say biblically? God spoke, gives the
Mhm.
instructions. So we're frequency. That's how things are made, as much as hard as that is to wrap around. And if we can change the dial and make sure our chakras are blessed and
Yep.
not blocked, be
Yep.
blessed, not blocked. That might be a t-shirt. I don't know.
I love it. I love it.
Or be bliss. I don't know. Be bliss, not blocked. I don't know. I just had so many good parts in this. Like I underlined this part and put like big hearts and stars around it. It's like it's vital. Electromagnetic field of light is who we really are. And he goes into this whole thing talking about how your organs are formed. And that's how our bodies can heal themselves.
Absolutely.
We have the pattern. We have the makeup.
We have the power of Grayskull. I'm just kidding.
That's right. Whatever it takes. Whatever it takes. There was another part. Oh, I went past it when he was talking about the transplant people.
Oh my gosh, yes, that was I was blown away by that section of the book. I have like big, like what did I put on that one? Crazy. I put crazy in my margins.
Yeah. I can attest to this from having Mia have her heart transplant.
Yeah.
I took one baby in that hospital and took another baby out.
Wow.
She was so different. The nurses, even like when we were there forever, like 3.5 months or something.
Wow.
And so the nurses would, and because of her being in DHS custody, she could never be alone and blah, blah, blah. So I couldn't even leave the little room, So if I wanted to leave the room, I had like a nurse that was approved by DHS through the thing, had done the background check, whatever. And so sometimes the nurses would take her out to the nurses station, let me sleep for a minute or something. But anyway, they all she was this just quietest little sweet thing. And then she came out with a heart transplant and she was Mighty Mia and she never stopped.
Oh my
They were like, my gosh, they had to extubate her early because she was trying to like fight them to wake up and get out of when she got her new heart. Like she was so, and her heart was a little bit too big for her. It was from a child that was a little bit older than what she was probably on the edge of being able to receive from. So they weren't sure if they were going to be able to close her chest all the way. So they were like, we need to be really careful. All this. Oh, this little pistol. I mean, in my Twitter feed, there's a picture, there's a little quick video, and we're maybe, I don't know, maybe a couple days out from her heart transplant. And maybe the same, I don't know, it was very soon afterwards, because that's when one of the nurses brought me that little black, and it says I don't always wear pink in pink, because they made fun of me putting big bows on her all the time and stuff. But we had fun. I had fun dressing her up, but she's like sitting up and trying to talk and all this. I'm just incredible.
That is
just
crazy.
Incredible.
Did you get any kind of information on the donor?
We asked and asked and asked. And in fact, I've got a video of her when she was about 6 years old. And it was around the time, the anniversary of her heart transplant around in August and the beginning of August. And I sent another plea to the organ board. And I said, we just want to bless this family. We want to tell them thank you. Like, please, or if you can just send them this video, because it was so cute. She's sitting there and she goes, I said, and we want to thank God for the family and pray for them that gave you your heart. And she goes, who is it? Who is it? And I was like, I said, well, we don't know who it is. And cannons in the background or something. And she goes, Santa. And I was like, no, Jesus gave us, the gift of your heart. And she just dead serious. Santa, and then Cannon's laughing about,
funny.
What was he laughing about? Oh, he said something about the Grinch because he wasn't getting attention. So he wanted attention for
Oh,
being on the video or whatever. But
yeah.
the organ board handles all that. And if that family didn't want contact from us or didn't want us to know, or they didn't want to know, sometimes they don't want to know,
Yeah.
or have contact. So we wanted to, of course, honor their wishes, but I also wanted them to know just what an awesome gift they
No.
gave us. 7.5 years with this beautiful little girl that was such a pistol and, could take on the world. So,
Oh,
yeah.
that's awesome.
Anyway, it's more Mighty Mia stories.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Anyway,
Anyway, back to the book. I think. Was there anything else you wanted to touch on the book?
no. I mean, I like I said, I really enjoyed this chapter. It talks a lot about energy flow, also too, how when we're living in survival mode, that it draws inward and we deplete our energy sources versus when we're filled, when our energy is balanced within the chakras, it flows out. I thought that was pretty cool. And disease has a lower frequency than being well. I liked that part of it.
So you can flush that out as long as your chakras are flowing and your energy is good, and then
And
your body can
you
make
put
sense.
elevated emotion in there.
Elevated emotion. Do not forget elevated emotion for
Yes.
everyone.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Get stuck in the flow again.
Yeah, it is good stuff. Yeah, and then I wrote Centropy and Bliss at the end, which I thought was great.
Yeah. The part that made me laugh the most, though, in the book was he writes, nature made these lower three centers very pleasurable so that we keep engaging the actions related to them and what they represent.
Good Lord.
I know.
My husband will love hearing that.
This made me laugh. Having sex, eating,
Eating. Yeah.
quite enjoyable.
Yes, all the good stuff.
As is connecting and communicating with others. So there you go.
That's right.
Yeah.
And lots of hugs. We're going to have Westwood hugs here and Amy hugs this weekend. I'm so excited.
Yes, that's going to be awesome. I'm really looking forward to it. We haven't been together forever, right?
I know. It feels like forever. We definitely need to get together.
Yes.
And we're going to eat a bunch. And
Yes.
and I don't know what everybody else is going to do with their other chakra. I don't want to hear about it. But I know we're going to be eating a lot because I ordered way too much food. And my friend owns this restaurant and it's amazing, good stuff.
Awesome.
So hopefully everybody will come and join us and give Mame lots of hugs and bless her and give her lots of healing. And I think it'll be good for so many of us to see each other. So
yes,
I'm looking forward to it.
Thank you.
Yes, you guys can find there's instructions in the description of this video how you can either purchase the NFT on Lightverse and that directly goes to Mame's wallet, and you'll have a one of a kind. She's doing them all a little bit different, the NFTs,
awesome.
and yeah, and then or you can go to Eventbrite and buy a ticket that way with your Dirty Fiat. And either way you do it, it doesn't matter. You're going to receive an NFT or the instructions to receive the NFT. You're going to have a link to join video on a private. I'll have a private video only for people that bought tickets and stuff, and a link to the online auction. And I hear Bix is bringing some stuff, and I gotta get Ben to bring some. I'll get Ben to bring something too. We'll do something.
Yeah.
I'll get him to sign something or do something fun. But I think it'll be wonderful. We'll raise some money for a friend that's in the fight right now and get to see each other and have a great time doing that too. So
Yes.
looking forward to it.
It is a good time.
All right. Well, you guys, you heard it here. You heard the secret. You know the news. You know you need to be here with us. So thank you all for joining us in the chat. And we'll see you tomorrow on Truth Tuesday. Oh, yeah. Some news came out that a 3-letter agency might have been training some guys to fly into a building. And now it's out.
Oh,
So pay attention.
that's scary.
Oh, it already happened in the past. I mean, this is not a threat of anything.
Okay.
I'm talking about the 2 buildings that we all know about, and then that 3rd one that everybody forgets about.
Oh my God.
That, yeah. All right, guys.
All
See ya.
right.